Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will explain how you can make millions of gold with the raid from Cataclysm Firelands in timewalking difficulty. So this is a farm that you can only do until next Wednesday when the timewalking event for Cataclysm will end, and then the only other time you will be able to do it will be in September. So definitely something you want to do on all your different characters, because like that, as you will see, you can maybe make millions and millions of gold. So basically during this time walking event, all the different loot that you can get from Firelands will be at 415 of eye level, and as you can see, you will be able to upgrade them up to 437 eye level, which is really good. And one thing that is really interesting is the fact that some of the loot from the different bosses are actually BoEs. So it means that you will then be able to sell them on the auction house for a lot of gold. So as you can see, we will have a few for each of the bosses. So for Like the first boss, you will be able to get these boots for plate and also this shield right here that is really good. Then with Rhyolite, you will be able to get this weapon right here, the Volcano Spike, which is also extremely good. So again, the type of things you really want to try to get before the end of this event. Then on Alice Razor, I'm not sure there is anything, unfortunately. Then on Shanox, we have 4 different BoEs. So as you can see, first of all, we'll get just here the fit for cloth and also the fit for male, which is really good. Then we will have these shoulders for leather, and finally this held in off-hand item. Then for Balrog, we'll just get these wrists right here. And then I believe this is pretty much it. So as you can see, you will still be able to really get quite a lot of these items. And especially the ones that are going to be extremely interesting are the ones that you cannot get, for instance, from the current raid and the different BoEs that unfortunately don't exist in Dragonflight. So as you can imagine, of course, all the different BoEs that you can basically get in Aberus are not going to be super interesting. So for instance, the wrist for cloth are not going to be really good. You also have the shoulders for leather, not really nice. Same with the boots for plate. So all these different items are not going to be really interesting, but all the rest is really good because basically you cannot really get any other versions from the current content, especially the weapons. Right now, the best weapons you can get from the auction house are the ones that you can get sometimes from the new zone, the caverns. But other than that, you cannot really get any BoE weapons that you can directly sell on the auction house. And here it means that you will be able, in some cases, to get some of these BoEs that will be able to be upgraded to 437 eye level. So these ones will definitely sell for a lot of gold until the next raid, which will be in quite some time. So really, I would recommend you to try and get your hands on these 3 items in particular. Of course, the offhand, the shield right here. Then you have this sword from Rhyolite right here, the Volcano Spike. And finally, from Shanox, you have this held in offhand item. All of them are going to sell really well. And trust me, you will be able to make a lot of gold if you manage to get them. One thing that is very important to note is the fact that, of course, the loot you will receive from the different bosses will depend on your class and your current specialization. So really make sure to target the right characters with the right classes and the right specializations in order to have a chance at getting some of these BoEs. For instance, for Like, you will need to play on a warrior, a paladin, or a shaman. For Lord Rhyolite, in order to get the Volcano Spike, you will need to play either on an evoker, a monk, a warlock, a mage, or maybe a paladin. And then also for Shanox, in order to get the held in offhand events, you will have to play, of course, on either a priest, a mage, a warlock, or I believe also maybe a druid. And like that, you will have a chance at getting these different items. Keep in mind, of course, you will need to have also the right specialization, because as you can see, for instance, if you're playing on a warrior, but your warrior is also a DPS warrior, so for instance, let's say Fury, as you can see, it won't be part of the loot table for your character. But then if you're protection, then you will have a chance at getting the shield. So make sure when you're playing on one of these characters that you use the right loot specialization right here, as you can see, and like that you will have a chance at getting these different BoEs. When it comes to how you can find a group, the easiest is to go in the pre-made, in Legacy, and like that normally you will have quite a lot of these time walking raids that will be there all the time. So just join one of them and hopefully you will be able to do it in maybe less than an hour. And of course, if you see that there are no groups at the moment, you can also just decide to create your own group. And then all you have to do once you have the 20 people or maybe a little bit less, you can directly come here in Orgrimmar, or also, of course, you can do the same in Stormwind where there are all the portals from Cataclysm. And you want to talk to this timewalking master that will basically allow you to queue your entire group for the Firelands raid in timewalking difficulty, and like that you will be able to start doing it with all the members of your raid, and you will directly be teleported there, so people don't have to be there or people don't have to fly in Mount Igel in order to access the raid. Now when it comes to the Sellrate and the value, as you can see right now, the value is extremely good for all these different items. For instance, the shield has an average value of 975,000 gold on European realms. There are only 12 available. For the sword, it's 524 and there's only 30. And then for the Eldinoff event, there are 43 and it's 950,000 gold on average. So really keep in mind, you won't be able to farm these items again after Wednesday. And these are the only BoE weapons that you can actually sell on the auction house with a high level like that. And again, you will be able to upgrade them up to 437. So really, if you manage to get your hands on some of them, you will definitely make a lot of gold with some of these items. And when it comes to the sell rate, right now it's around like 0.3, 0.4, which is really good for items with this value. And of course, what you can do is simply flip some of these items, because sometimes some people won't really know the value and will just try to sell them for a really, really cheap price. So if you find anything really cheap, I would recommend you to buy it. And by really cheap, I mean anything maybe below 200k gold or like 150k gold will definitely be good. As you can see, for instance, 3 days ago, one of these items was selling for only 50k gold on this realm. And also keep in mind, if you really want to sell some of these items and you're paying maybe on the low pop realm and it might not be really easy, then you might want to consider selling this item on another realm. And in order to do that, you just want to create a character, send this item on this character, and then transfer this character on this other realm. And hopefully you will be able to sell it for a lot of gold there. Especially I'm thinking of realms where there are a lot of people doing PvE and who are pretty competitive. And also high pop realms where you will have a bigger chance at finding a customer for this type of items. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Again, I would highly recommend you to do it on all your different characters that have a chance at getting some of these really nice BoEs. And you have until Wednesday to do that. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a great weekend. Bye!